We humans, we like to move. It's in our nature. For centuries, we relied on horses, trains, and our own 2 feet to get around. Then something wonderful happened. Someone somewhere thought, you know what, I bet I can make a machine that moves by itself. And just like that, the world changed forever. This, my friends, is the story of that machine. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride through the history of the car. Now, some might say that the car's story starts with a bang, but me? I say it starts with a chug, a rather pathetic chug at that. In 1886, Carl Benz, a German fellow with grease under his fingernails and a spark in his eye, unveiled the Benz Patent Motorwagen. It wasn't much to look at, more like a motorized tricycle than a car, but it moved. And that, my friends, was all that mattered. Benz's contraption was powered by an internal combustion engine. Not exactly the pinnacle of engineering, but it did the job. It was a far cry from the sleek machines we see today, but every sports car, every SUV, every family sedan owes its existence to that rickety 3-wheeler. Who knew that such a humble beginning would lead to a global obsession? Carl Benz was not just an inventor, he was a visionary. He saw a future where people could travel long distances without the need for horses or steam engines. His vision was meticulously planned out, with blueprints and sketches that laid the foundation for the modern automobile. The first test drives were far from perfect. The vehicle was slow, noisy, and prone to breakdowns, but each journey was a step forward. In fact, it was Carl's wife, Bertha Benz, who took the first long-distance journey in the patent Motorwagen, proving its practicality and reliability. She even had to make repairs along the way, showcasing the resilience and ingenuity required to keep the early automobile running. Soon, enthusiasts and inventors around the world took notice. The automobile was no longer a novelty, it was becoming a necessity. Advertisements began to appear touting the benefits of this new mode of transportation. The world was on the brink of a transportation revolution. Fast forward to today, and the automobile industry is a global powerhouse producing millions of vehicles each year. From electric vehicles to self-driving cars, the innovations keep coming, all thanks to that first chugging start by Carl Benz. So, the next time you start your car, take a moment to remember Carl Benz and his humble patent Motorwagen. It all began with a chug, and look how far we've come. Fast forward a few years, and a chap named Henry Ford came along. Now, Ford wasn't interested in building fancy cars for the elite. He wanted to build a car for everyone, and that's exactly what he did with the Model T. The Model T wasn't pretty, but it was affordable, reliable, and easy to fix. It was the people's car, and it changed everything. Ford's genius wasn't just in the car itself, but in how he built it. He embraced mass production, using assembly lines to churn out Model Ts at an astonishing rate. Suddenly, cars weren't just for the wealthy, they were for everyone. The world was becoming motorized, one Model T at a time. But let's be honest, folks. Cars are about more than just getting from A to B. They're about style, they're about freedom. And of course, they're about speed. As the 20th century roared on, cars became more than just machines. They became symbols. The sleek lines of sports cars, the growl of a muscle car's engine. These weren't just vehicles, they were statements. From the glamorous convertibles of the 1950s to the powerful muscle cars of the 1960s, cars became extensions of our personalities, expressions of our desires. They represented the allure of the open road, the thrill of the race, the pursuit of the American dream. But the party couldn't last forever. The oil crises of the 1970s forced everyone to rethink their love affair with gas-guzzling behemoths. Suddenly, fuel efficiency wasn't just a nice-to-have, it was a necessity. And with growing concerns about safety, cars started to prioritize airbags, crumple zones, and all those other features that keep us alive in a crash. It wasn't all bad news, though. Sure, cars might have become a bit more sensible, but they also became more reliable, more comfortable, and more technologically advanced. Who needs a land yacht guzzling fuel when you can have a zippy hatchback that sips petrol and still gets you where you need to go? Prius power, a new shade of green. Then came the Toyota Prius. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Prius, that sensible, silent, slightly dull car. Yes, that Prius, because whether you love it or hate it, you can't deny its impact. The Prius ushered in the era of the hybrid car, proving that you could have fuel efficiency without sacrificing practicality. It wasn't just about saving the planet, although that was a nice bonus. It was about saving money at the pump. And as fuel prices continued to climb, the Prius became a common sight on roads worldwide. It might not have been the sexiest car on the block, but it was a sign of things to come. Electric Avenue Tesla and the dawn of a new era. This is the story of how one company revolutionized the automotive industry and changed the way we think about cars forever. And what about those fully electric cars? The ones that are silent, efficient, and run purely on electricity? You know, the ones that run purely on electricity. They are the epitome of modern engineering, combining sustainability with cutting-edge technology. Well, they've been around for longer than you might think. In fact, electric vehicles date back to the late 19th century, but they never quite took off. But for a long time, they were seen as impractical, expensive, and let's be honest, a bit dull. Then came Tesla. This company didn't just make electric cars, it redefined them. Elon Musk's brainchild didn't just build electric cars, it built electric cars that were desirable. Tesla made electric cars that people actually wanted to drive. The Tesla Model S was sleek, fast, and packed with technology. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement. It was an electric car that could finally compete with and even surpass its petrol-powered rivals. It showed the world that electric cars could be both powerful and luxurious. Suddenly, electric wasn't just eco-friendly, it was cool. Tesla made electric cars aspirational, something to be proud of. And with other manufacturers jumping on the electric bandwagon, the future of cars is looking increasingly plugged in. The automotive landscape is changing, and Tesla is at the forefront of this electric revolution. The road ahead, autonomous dreams and connected realities. So what's next for the car? The journey of the automobile has been one of constant evolution, from the first steam-powered vehicles to the sleek electric cars of today. Well, if you believe the hype, we're on the verge of a transportation revolution. This revolution promises to change not just how we drive, but how we live and interact with our environment. Self-driving cars, once the stuff of science fiction, are now being tested on roads around the world. These vehicles are equipped with advanced sensors and AI, capable of making split-second decisions to ensure safety and efficiency. Imagine a world where you can sit back, relax, and let the car do the driving, while you catch up on some work, video call with friends, or even watch your favorite shows. Enjoy a good book, or even take a nap. The possibilities are endless, and the convenience is unparalleled. And it's not just about autonomy. The future of driving is also about connectivity. Cars are becoming increasingly connected, sharing data with each other and with the world around them. This connectivity allows for real-time updates on traffic conditions, weather, and potential hazards. This means smarter navigation, safer roads, and a whole lot of potential for innovation. Imagine a network of cars that can communicate to avoid accidents, reduce traffic jams, and even find the best parking spots. The future of the car is looking very interesting indeed. With advancements in technology, the way we think about transportation is set to change forever, making our journeys not just more efficient, but also more enjoyable and connected. A conclusion: the never-ending journey. From those humble beginnings with Carl Benz's chugging contraption to the sleek electric machines of today, the car has come a long way. It has shaped our cities, our economies, and our cultures. It has given us freedom, adventure, and countless memories. And as technology continues to advance at a dizzying pace, who knows what the future holds for the car? One thing's for sure, the journey is far from over.